Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So another day, another broadcast. Hope you all are fine because I am. I'm Alice Michel, right from Italy, to serve you tonight. Um, but tonight I'll be alone. My co-host Miranda Oben, that you all know so well, won't be able to join us for today. She's not very fine, but I hope I will serve you, but I'm sure I will serve you the way you deserve to be. You know me already. I'm Alice Michel, and today we're going to have a special guest, and I'm sure most of you know him already. And if you don't know him, you're going to discover it is an outstanding youth, an outstanding Cameroonian, one whom everybody would like to get an inspiration from. See you. Do not forget to like, comment, share so that we can have the whole world watch us tonight.
See tonight, we don't come again. Oh, yeah. It's been a long time where you never come home. Really low, I do wonder. Papa, mommy, picking on the wonder. Really low, them the wonder. My brother, hey, now where you day? When you go come back home? My sister, hey, now where you day? When you go come back home? We sing that the music in flames say you like I'm come back. Make you dance to the rhythm what people ain't get from come back. LTD. Faut pas oublier, il te dit, faut pas oublier, we want a better new day, we want a better new day, dreaming big for tomorrow. We gotta walk hand in glove, be an inspiration to the younger generation. Oh no no, the time is be calling you back home. Pour améliorer la vie. Yeah, my brother, hey, now where you day? When you go come back home? When you go come back? When you go come back? My sister, hey.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good evening once more. I'm your girl, Alice Michel. You know, if you weren't here yesterday we had Emma Alote, who spoke to us about a bride, being a bride in the period of COVID. She gave us so many beautiful and wonderful tips on how to act and how to be a bride in the period of COVID. And she told us it wasn't easy, organizing your wedding. You can imagine how to organize your wedding in this such a period where you know nothing about, you're not sure you're really going to get wet. But then she told us to keep the faith, in her message to the world was to be yourself and not a photocopy of yourself. We have one life, we have one person, and you have to live the best out of it. You need to believe in God, have faith, and do the right things. Okay. And of course, she told us to be able to lift up your man or to lift up your woman and to be able to make things in advance in your wedding or in your marriage, in your couple. You need to build trust. I need to make sure, most especially, that you're engaging to the right person. And yes, she said all of that. You need to make sure you engage the right person. It's not just all about getting married, but one and very important thing is about identifying the right person. And identify the right person, you need to love the person, you need to respect the person, I need to build that person up being together is not just about it being together. It's about lifting each and everybody in the couple up so that together you guys can grow, you guys can blow. Okay. So if you haven't watched that video, after this one, after this session, this Facebook Live, just go back on the Return Mix page and watch that session. I bet you're gonna love it. There's so much, so much, so much she has for us. And of course, before having Irma Lote, we had T of TTs. It's a healthcare personnel who is passionate about cooking. That's her first passion is cooking, and she has a new product on town known as T's Taste. And she makes up her spices and everything. She works on Canal 2, on CRTV. And of course, guys, you're gonna be amazed on what she has for you. Okay? Go and see T's Taste, go and watch her videos, and you'll love it. And before T, we had our very beautiful Aisha Sese, the former CNN anchor and communicator and reporter. She gave us so many tips, know her passion for Africa. And what all our guests so far have in common is their love, is their passion for Africa, is their love. They need to grow Africa. They need to make Africa blow in the world. We need to make the Africa we want for ourselves. We need to make the Africa we want to see our children growing inside. It's not all about the government, it's about us. What's our individual responsibility towards Mama Africa? Nobody's going to build the Africa we want apart from us. And because of that, we brought in a special guest by name Michel-Ange Penka, the Executive Director of the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation. Because we want to build that Africa, that person, okay, that you can contact, they can work through in order to help build that Africa through youth. Because he runs so many things. In fact, I can't say because he's here tonight and he's here in order to tell us more about it. Good evening, Michel.
Good evening, Alice. How are you?
I'm fine, very fine. I hope you too.
Yes, just caught a little cold, but everything is okay.
Oh, so sorry about that. I hope you get soon. I hope it's not COVID-19, because cold now is.
No. Everybody now is really a big deal. For now, you're just afraid when you have a little cough, what they call usually, catarrh or running nose. You just think of COVID or you feel some fever, but it's okay.
Okay, we hope you get well very, very, very soon, and we trust you on that. You're a robust person, so you obviously get soon. Who is Qatar in front of you? This has nothing to do with you. So we don't wasting time. We'd like to know. Tell us more. Who is Penka? What are your passions, profession, privacy, and who is Michel-Ange?
In a resume or summary, Michel-Ange Penka is from the Penka family, a very big village in the west province of our country, Cameroon. I'm the fourth child out of 9. Had a professional degree in international business management. Now I'm running as Executive Director of the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation and Initiative of Go Ahead Africa Limited. Mm-hmm. So if you want to talk about private life, Michel-Ange is a father of 2.
Okay.
He's a father of 2. He's engaged. And hope very soon we'll finalize the engagement.
Yeah, COVID is no barrier to the engagement, and I hope we'll be invited to that wedding. You need to come and enjoy a little after COVID.
Yes, especially that people need to be confined. So we have to do everything possible for the confinement to be legal.
Exactly,
In order not to be
exactly.
isolated, but to be confined.
Yeah, we need to have legal confinement. We have greetings from Elise Petu. Hello, Alice. Hello, Elise. We have Ima, Mami. She was with us yesterday, and exactly, she was speaking about being a bride or a groom in a period of COVID. Trying to prepare the wedding or plan the wedding during the period of COVID. That's really an interesting thing, viewers, to go watch. Those who are engaged, like Michelle, and I Want You What to Do. You can watch the video, the interview with Ima, Mami. That's her name is Ima Lote. We have a welcome from Elise, which says, welcome, Michel-Ange Penka. Thank you very much, Elise. It's a pleasure to have Michelle here, of course. So, Michelle, you made mention that you are the executive director of the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation. What is the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation?
Okay, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation is an initiative of one of the leading firms in trainings here in our continent, that is Go Ahead Africa Limited. It's a non-profit organization with the aim of empowering Africans for them to be the change they want to see, to be better person and build better communities.
Okay. Thank you. And then what are the programs that PLF had, Pan-African? What are the programs on that?
Okay, simple. We have three main objectives. That is, one is empowering youth. We do that through our program, Cameroon Leadership Academy, which is going to run for its ninth year. It started in 2012. The second program is empower leadership, women in leadership. Or we came to realize that we need to really empower women. Women have to take their own right. They are the people who give birth, who put to birth. And for that, they have many other things that they can provide. We can just see from leaders from a country who are being led by women, how the leadership there is being organized and is being proved to the other. It's being proved. So the third, and not the least, is the corporate social responsibilities. That is our own. Is for us youth to be the change we want to see. We should make everything possible, not to always count on what the government has done to us, but what we can do for our communities. And that is the three main axes of the foundation. That is, one, leadership of youth through our Cameroon leadership program; two, women empowerment through our Nyango program; and three, corporate social responsibilities through our corporate social responsibility forum, which runs every December.
Oh, thank you very much about that, Matt. But we walked around and we heard that now PLF is extending the leadership academies not only to Cameroon but to other countries across Africa. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, as the name of the foundation is a Pan-African foundation, so we thought it wise not only to empower youths here in Cameroon, but we have to bring and share our knowledge with all the youths across Africa. So we have been launching now for 2 years the Mali Leadership Academy, and now we are programming for the Togo Leadership Academy. So that's how we are going to run, and we expect by 2025 we are going to have really a Cameroon Leadership Academy in all the African continents.
Wow.
Country.
That's
for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing work that PLF is doing. Our viewers, so far we've discovered we have been taking progressively, people talking about Africa, about COVID, of how COVID impacts Africa. But today we've brought an organization, an executive director who talks about an organization that cares about Africa from different perspectives, the youth, empowering the youth, giving them that leadership. It's not all about the knowledge, but about the leadership to put into practice. Today we don't really have schools that teach leadership as per se, especially in the field, but PLF is there for that. He's talked about, He stood about empowering the women. You've seen so far, we've had women coming here talking about uplifting women, talking about empowering women. I said it through his Nyango program. So, but without wasting time, Michelle, if you permit, I'll call you Map. I love call you affectionately Map. No, it's a shorter form of Michel-Ange Penka. What is look here on board? On board here at the lives on the returnees platform, we've had people from CLA, Cameroon Leadership Academy. They said they have been CLA, that CLA trained them, CLA empowered them, and made them what they are today. Thinking about Durance, Tanaka Durance, who won 2019 with the returnees award prize. We had Batupe Shufa, who won who was here a couple of weeks ago. All of them talk so much about CLA. They'll say, I was in CLA, I went to CLA, and all of those things. But we'd like to have viewers know what's CLA and what's the impact of COVID on CLA.
Okay. Cameroon Leadership Academy, as I said, is one of the PLF program, which is going to run for its 9th year. It started in 2012 of Go Ahead Africa, especially from its chairman, Mr. Roland Quemen, who thought it wise to come and exchange and share what he had as a world president, to come and share his experience with other youths from Africa. And he said that it's very important to, when you want to go far, to always start at home. So he started with the Cameroon Leadership Academy, which is an annual program aimed at training 100 Cameroonians coming from the 10 regions of our country. Each year they go throughout a selective process, which is going to come out only with 100, because sometimes we have more than 1,000 registered, but only 100 are going to be empowered during a week, where they are going to sleep. That we are going to sleep. I'm looking at the picture and I feel like good memories. This is CLA 2019. Yes, this is Joseph and team. So CLA, as I said, it's an annual program aimed at empowering African youths for them to be change agents in their communities. It runs for a week, and for now, it has been going on for 8 years. 2020 is our 9th year, so we are facing the big challenge of COVID-19. But as leaders, and as Mr. Roland Quemen always says, we have to stop with the ABC syndrome, that is accuse, blame, and complain, and come out of leadership skills that have been taught to us. As leaders, we have to provide and come out with solutions. So this year, we are going to still launch our CLA 2020, and we are working on a better way to better empower all the 100 who are going to be selected for them to be change agents of our nation.
Okay. Then how do we apply for CLA for all those who are watching it and those who watch after and are wondering what they should do or where they should go to apply for CLA? How do you do that?
We have a Facebook page, and the Facebook pages, that is CLA, Cameroon Leadership Academy, and Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation. A link we will provide there by the end of this month, because we had some few challenges, but now like this, everything has been set for CLA 2020 to be registration to be launched and goes on. So by August, we are going to have our Cameroon Leadership Academy 2020 by God's grace.
Okay, by God's grace we'll have it. So you've all seen, to get information about CLA, you just go to the Facebook page, Cameroon Leadership Academy, or the Facebook page Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation. You have all the information you need about CLA. Just go to the page, love their page, drop a message, ask a question, and I'm sure they will answer you in the next seconds. Okay, and as Michelle said, by month end, the link will be provided there, and it's a very, very selective process. You guys can imagine in a whole country like Cameroon with over 25 million people, and of which most of them are youths, taking only 100. It's very selective, but then it shouldn't discourage you to apply. Apply,
Yeah.
show your ambition, so the that you want to really be part of it, want to be part of the, I will not say the elite, but the part of those who are trying to make the difference. Apply, apply, and apply. And I'm sure you won't regret it, because if the feedback we've had so far from the CLA alumni are really true, and I'm certain that true because we can see from their work that their feedback is really positive and it's true, then you won't regret it because it's going to change your life, and you'll be part of a Pan-African network, not just a Cameroonian network, but Pan-African network. My question is burning my tongue. With the COVID going on, what will change? What will change concerning the cloud organization, and how? Like, will cloud be online? Will it be in person? How cloud it is here?
That's a good question. That's what we have been working throughout with our team. We are making everything possible for it to be physical, because that the program is really, how can I say, people need to really connect physically with the sports activities in the morning, the 2 days without sleeping. So the program physically is much more encouraged, but if the situation still goes on, we are going to take online measures to see how CLA can be organized online. And the very big advantage of online is that we can get easily our trainers from the world, around the world, easily have a very inspiring, very great trainers with very rich backgrounds. Throughout this year, we have been having head coach coming from African countries and even from Europe. So with the COVID, the advantage is that we are going to have not only Cameroonians with rich experience who are going to come and share it with the academicians, but we are going to have nearly all the contacts of our founder, Mr. Roland Quemen, who are going to come and share their experience, rich experience with the 100 academicians. So you can imagine him as well as 2010 world president, the type of contacts that he can have. So they are really going to enjoy. They are really going to enjoy if it goes online, as we are seeing as we are perceiving. So CLA 2020 is going to go on, but now we are waiting as change agent. We have to always respect the measures given to us by the government. So we are waiting for the government's measures. If they can allow people to more than 100 people, then we are going to organize it physically. But if not, then we are going to take everything possible to have them online. And what is funny about CLA, because I myself am a 2015 CLA graduate, is that each year CLA has new things, and each year people from the other generation are always complaining that people from the next generation are much more empowered due to the quality of the trainers that we always provide and the innovation we make every year, because innovation is one of our objectives. So every year you have to come out with new things, with new ways of thinking, so they can imagine the type of guests, the type of coaches they are going to have. this year, for example, if it goes on physically, we are to have the 2015 GCI World President, Pascal Dike, who is going to freely come and intervene as head coach. So everything had been put in place for him to be there. But with the COVID, so they can just imagine the rich background, rich experience is going to come and share. So for this year, all the previous head trainers are available to come and share their experience from 2012 to 2019 with the CLA 2020. So just imagine only head coach. So I know you also you are part of CLA 2015, so you can imagine.
I can imagine.
That the 2020 are going to have. But we are going to make everything possible for all the activities, even if they are going online, for people to have their sports activity in the morning. They should not ask themselves how it's going to be possible, but they are just going to see how we are going to use technology for everything to be set, for us to have a clear, clean, and very empowering CLA 2020.
Oh, guys, I can tell you, I can testify. I trust MAP, I trust PLF, and the team behind is really, 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 really amazing. Okay, and today we have Irma that says Michel, and yes, it's Michel, double Michel. So yourself double for the price of one tonight. It's double Michel on board. Yeah, we have Aslam Kamka who says he's proud to be a CLA alumni. Yes,
and I'm also proud to have him as a CLA alumni.
We all proud. Yeah, we are also very proud. And I didn't tell you guys, dear viewers, I personally am also a CLA alumni, Cameroon Leadership Academy alumni. In 2015 means that I was with MAP when we did that. And the one thing that he didn't mention is that coordinate the program Cameroon Leadership Academy. So you guys can imagine how the team is. It's a youthful team full of energy, ready to give you the best that you have out here. So do not hesitate, if you're not watching it now, if you're watching this live session later on, just go, click, comment, all your questions, all your worries will be answered. And of course, we also have Mary who says, hello, Maria, hello, Mary. It's a pleasure having you tonight. We have Bruce who says, great idea with the CLA 2020 online edition. Has a decision been made if the CLA 2020 will be on via Zoom or via Facebook? Or that's a question for you, Matt, by Bruce. Yeah. In case it is online, what will it be?
Yes, it's a very good question. As I said, since CLA is a selective program, and for the past 5 years, we have not been having only youth coming from the 10 regions of our country. We have been having youth also coming from other African countries. And we should know that CLA, to participate, to be part of CLA, you have to be in between 18 to 35, you have to be an active citizen, leader of an association. You have to be bilingual, that is English and French. For somebody called and said that he was bilingual, he spoke French and the dialect, and we understood that. We have to really emphasize on the fact that bilingualism here, we are talking about English and French. Then if you have all those requirements, you just follow the link on CLA, or Cameroon Leadership Academy on Facebook, or PLF, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation on Facebook. We are going to go out. We are going to go through the real selection process, and it's only the 100 academicians who are going to be selected, who are going to have the link to participate in the CLA 2020. So it's not going to be a Facebook online program, but we are rather going to, as he gave Zoom, we have our team, we are going to use the best, which is going to suit to our program for us to run it in a very smooth way.
Thank you very much for that information.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bruce, for your question. It's very enriching, and I'm sure many more viewers really had that question in the mouth. And
yeah.
living from Cla, after Cla, you made mention of CSR, corporate social responsibility, and I would like to know what corporate social responsibility is all about, and is there also individual responsibility involved in it? And we also know that last year it didn't take. This year, what will it look like, if at all it takes place?
Okay, the Corporate Social Responsibility Forum is a program aimed at really portraying the social responsibilities of each and everyone, especially our companies. Let them be private or public, to showcase what they are doing in the domain of social responsibility. So the forum goes each year. Last year, the forum did not go on technically because it was being merged with the CLA Alumni First Edition convention, where we had a mixed program. In the program, we had trainings talking about leadership, and we also have trainings encouraging the academicians to always think of social responsibilities in each activity they are carrying out. It's very important for us to take care of our community, because the community will always give back what we give to the community. So you have to be socially responsible for in every aspect of our life, even in our business, for us to really be how can I say, socially engaged youth, because social responsibility is one aspect which is really going to be detrimental in our progress. Today we are facing the COVID-19, and due to what we are saying outside there, we really understand the importance of doing social responsibilities, for people to really encourage people to be socially responsible when they are asking us to be using, when the government is giving measures. They have to be responsible of those measures. They don't need to be running behind us for us to respect those measures. They have to really be active citizens, respect those measures, and make sure those measures are being respected by our community, by our environment, starting from our household to our different to our different quarters and to the world. So social responsibility this year we are going to really see, because it's a program meant at empowering youth on social responsibility knowledge and showcasing what they are doing so far as social responsibility is concerned, as voluntarism is concerned, and also for a platform for academicians to showcase what they are producing. So everything can be done online. As we said, it's just for us to think out of the box, and we have a very great team who is working on it to see how all our programs is going to respect the measures given to us by our different governments. If the government can allow people to come together for a particular program, then we are going to have the program. We have to emphasize that the program will be running for its 5th year, so it's an anniversary program. So we are going to come out with a program so far, but respecting the measures given to us by the states. And as young active citizens, we are always going to come out with solutions for all our programs to run this year.
Thank you very much about that. I think so far the viewers, we've been here and I've been trying to, from Isha Sese to Auntie Esther and Christian Gang, all of them, they really talked about how they're trying to contribute to the society. That's corporate social responsibility, contributing to society, contributing to your development of society, of people around you, it must not be forceful. It doesn't have to be forceful. You need to contribute. We are here because, like Ubuntu philosophy, I am because we are. So we need to give back to that community that permitted us to be what we are today. So giving back, if you want to give back, you want to donate, you're looking for something, a project going towards youth empowerment, towards women empowerment, and you're maybe wondering where you can go to, I think you can follow the Facebook page, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation, have more information there. And I'm sure even when the CSR, Corporate Responsibility Forum, will launch, Michel, I'm sure you put also the link on the platform, isn't it? On the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship platform, so that people can watch.
Yes, obviously the link we will link is a free program, and I want to seize this opportunity to really thank the team working behind the PLF team, because to reinvent is also one of our leitmotif now. Really reinvent ourselves and to be the example we want to see. So the link will be made available on our different pages. I have to know that each program is having a Facebook page, but to have all the information concerning PLF and its activities, PLF is having a page on Twitter, is having a page on Facebook, so you can follow us there and get all our different programs, the updates, or our different activities.
Okay, thank you very much about that.
Thank you.
And so, how do you engage companies? Or encourage them? That's in companies, organizations, and individuals to be corporately and socially responsible, especially during this COVID-19 period.
Okay, we are really as youths and as role models. That we have to work and show it through the different academicians who are found in different companies. We always advise them to not only follow the measures, but to be change agent wherever they are found. And the cabinet is always giving trainings and free trainings, calling on different strategies for companies to be really responsible, to know how to organize themselves during this period, the different leadership management skills for them to be much more empowered. So we are encouraging all those who are following us, who wants to really get what we are doing through this period in terms of programs, to follow the Impact Talks links on YouTube. They are going to have different trainings there. It's now the cabinet who is taking care of the trainings, and we encourage people to go and visit their platform to see the different strategies they can use to best overcome this period. We are now working on a program with the academicians to see how we can go. We can not only stay online, use government measures, and go on the field to see how we can help others. During the Cameroon Leadership Academy, we are having our social responsibility program is always taking care of those who are in great needs, and sometimes we go to orphanage and to prisons. So now we are working on a possibility to see how we can help. We can go there and help them with what we will have, for them to feel and to know that they are not alone. We are thinking of them. So that's how we are working to really help our government with the different measures and play our own roles as young leaders during this period to overcome the new challenge, which is COVID-19.
Thank you very much, Matt. Matt, I have a question. I have a picture here where we can see your feature, and I think it was the CSR firm. We see there's a footballer with you. Who was he?
Pardon?
I mean, on the picture that we are seeing now, we see you with the great team and was CSR Forum. Which year was it? And we see there's also a superstar amongst you guys, a footballer, a former footballer.
Sorry, Alice, I can't get you well.
Okay. Now, I was simply saying that we found this picture in while searching around. You know, we love to snooze around and search information, and we saw these pictures. You and your team, Roland Quemin, and the chairman of Go Ahead Africa, with whom you guys work very closely, and he takes all the training part of PLF with the director of the Go Ahead Africa Limited, and also I was there. I think it was 2018, 2017 TSR Forum, and we had a footballer with us. Now I don't remember his name quite right. I'm a football fan. But then you guys are doing really an amazing job. Yeah. We have hello from Matt and Elise. Elise? Hello, Matt. We have
Pardon, I can't get you.
We have hello from Matt. And we have a question for you from Elise. He's asking, is there any follow-up of graduates and alumnus of CLA to ensure that they get an adequate job after the formation?
Is there a follow-up after the training or after the training which are going online?
No, after CLA, when CLA graduates, is there a follow-up to ensure that they get jobs or they apply what was being taught during CLA?
Yes, there's a follow-up. That's why we came out with the CLA alumni convention, because it's not the main objective of CLA is not just training the communities. But how are they going to do it? They are going to follow. There's a follow-up to see how they can be empowered each time for them to attain their different objectives. So there's really a follow-up. We have a data base, and each time we are trying to give them some tips. We encourage them to follow our different programs on YouTube, our free trainings for them to empower, and they are free to reach to us whenever need be for us to have let it be private or let it be an open discussion. For example, last 2 weeks we had a Zoom with CLA 2019 and their head trainer. The Zoom was aimed at exchanging on the COVID-19, its impact on their activities, and how can we overcome those different challenges, which is what are the attitudes for us to get out of this situation in a positive. The academicians are not just being trained for a week, but they are being trained and follow up to the attainment of their different objectives.
Oh. Thank you very much, Matt. Sorry about that, dear viewers. We have a little connection problem. You know, I mean, we have connection problem. I'm sure Map is coming back very soon. Thank you, Ibrahim, for watching us. Thank you very much for looking at this. I encourage you all looking at these videos, following us up, to go back and watch all our previous videos. There's so much richness in them that I'm sure you will love it. And in case you're just coming in now, today we have as host and as guest, we have Director of Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation by name Michel-Ange Penka. and he was talking to us about his foundation, about PLF, and how the PLF is bringing, trying to make a difference in Africa. Trying to empower youth through leadership programs such as Cameroon Leadership Academy, which is in Cameroon, and to apply for that. The application will be launching ending of this month, that's ending May, and you can apply for that when the time comes through their Facebook page. That's the link will be posted on their Facebook page. Here is it, the Facebook or Twitter, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation. You have all the information you need to know about CLA. He spoke about the CSR, that's Corporate Social Responsibility, which is an annual forum, and he made mention that it happens every December, and of course, it is free. So when the time for application comes, again, always to know when you'll be up, when you can apply. I encourage you all to follow the Facebook, the Twitter page, to follow them, like, share, and be looking at it always to make sure any notification, any new information, any new program that has been posted, you can follow up with that. Also, Michel-Ange Penka made mention of the fact that currently they are running programs online through their partner, and their partner Go Ahead Africa, and the Impact Talk, which is the program of Go Ahead Africa, to make sure they empower youth every time. There are free programs, and on their Facebook page, you find the links and to register for all those programs, all those trainings online, free trainings online. So follow their page, comment, like, share, tell a friend to follow their page, so that all of us can learn, all of us can build the Africa we want for tomorrow. Thank you, Mark. Michel, are you together?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, internet connection.
It's okay. But again, Michel, after you talked about CSR, you also made mention of another program which Pan-African Leadership Entrepreneurship Foundation runs. Yes, exactly, by name Nyango. So what's Nyango all about?
So Nyango, the impact is following the second objective of the foundation, that is the empowering of women in leadership domain. We came to realize, even during our club program, that for us to have 50 young ladies and future change makers is quite challenging. And why is it challenging? Due to some studies carried out, we came to realize that women, they have all the abilities as good managers, as good leaders, but sometimes they have this fear of being in front. Since they say behind a great man is a great lady, so we have to know that the great person behind that great man, for sure, is the lady. So if the lady can be in front to also share her knowledge with other ladies, we are sure that for the future generation, we are going to have very empowering and very empowering and good leaders who are going to really be an example to the future generation. So it's coming out of the fact that women are really great leaders, but sometimes hide themselves, don't want to be in front. That we say that no, you have to really take your position. You have to be in front. You are our mothers. You are the main person who takes care of our education. You keep us from during 9 months. So you can imagine the impact of a mother on the life of a child and the life of a nation. For each president each president has a mother. So from what he's going to see in his family, he's going to portray it outside. And we know that most of the time, children children have much more time with their mother than the father. So education really comes out from the mother since their wombs. So women should really come out, take back their rights, empower the next generation for us to have better leaders. So that's what Nyango the Impact is all about. It's a program meant for young ladies aimed at empowering them in leadership, management, entrepreneurial skills, corporate social responsibility, for them to really take back their own position in the society, for us to have better society tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mark. That's really enriching and really inspiring to think about such programs to empower women. For the past days, we've had women on scene, and all the women have been trying and are doing their own way to really empower each other. And today we have a man who is taking the lead to empower women. Guys, you guys should go to the page or Twitter of Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation and follow that page. I'm sure you have so many good things for you. And we have Oben who says, always good to watch you and listen to your wonderful presentations. Watching from Dallas, Texas. Hello, Oben, Mr. Oben. It's a pleasure. We're so happy that you're listening to us all the way from Dallas, Texas. And we hope all your listening is enriching and empowering, and that together we can build that Africa we want for ourselves and our next generation. But then, just talking about the diaspora and Africans watching from the diaspora and abroad and youth, it's making me give me a question in mind. What message you have for the African diaspora and youth with respect to PLF? Be it what message you have for them?
The message is simple. Today, the word global world is really going to be used. It's really going to be implemented. So it's for us to really work hands together for a better continent. Today, COVID-19 is not a problem for a particular country. It's a problem. It's a challenge for the entire world. So we really have to come out with solutions. We are going to help each other to better overcome this new challenge. So it's for them to, it's for us to really share our different knowledge, because today you are talking as one of the diaspora. So it's for us to really share this our knowledge for us to have a better online programs or better connections for us when we are talking, not to really follow up the program without some shortcuts. But we know it's simple, working together for the better. That's the message I'm just giving out to the diaspora. We have to work together.
Thank you. But then, I'm sure those in the diaspora, and maybe not only diaspora, even within Africa and within Cameroon, are surely and certainly interested in PLF and wondering how they can pursue PLF, how they could contribute, donate through PLF in order to impact more youths, organize more academics. Maybe there's only one national club, but maybe to organize more regional academies where they can empower more youths, organize more events. In case people are interested, want to contribute and help more, what should they do, or where should they go do? How they contact you?
Can you come again, please?
That I'm certain that those watching from the diaspora and within Africa, even Cameroon, are wondering how they can contribute, encourage PLF, maybe donate, give donations in order to create more impact and have more activities being created. How do they do? Because we all know the PLF is an NGO, so NGOs, and it gives out to the community. It doesn't have something that puts in. So if they want to contribute, how do they do? How do they encourage PLF?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's very simple. You can go either to our Facebook pages and have our different numbers or contacts. For example, you can write PLF at goaheadafrica.net to come in contact with us. But nevertheless, we are coming out, or we are coming out the different programs, different ways of donation. But from now, it's just for you to get in contact get in contact with one of us, and we are going to give you the different modalities for your gesture, not to be the different modalities for it to be done in the best ways.
Okay, thank you very much about that. So what we recommend to our viewers is that they simply go to the new page, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation, and drop a message, and so that you can follow up with them and get in contact with them. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're watching now, if you're planning to watch later, share this video. First of all, comment. Thank you very much for everybody that's watching. And if you want to donate, you want to contribute, you want to empower more youth in Africa, be it in the leadership domain, in women empowerment domain, or in corporate and individual social responsibility, you can pass through the PLF. And to contribute, simply go on their Facebook or their Twitter page, drop a message, and they'll get in contact with you immediately. So tell us a little, Matt. We have another question for you. We prepared a series of questions for you this evening, because we really want to get the most and the best out of you, so that everybody watching can really know exactly what all PLF is about and all the programs in PLF, and how they can really engage themselves, be it as participants, be it as donors, as contributors. To be a donor, it mustn't be financial. It can be material, it can be intellectual, being a trainer. There's some people out here, especially the diaspora, they have serious, so much. They are living libraries, but then they have nowhere to really share their experience. So PLF is the place to be, the place to engage, to contribute, so you give a little of what you have in any form possible. Guys, don't forget, go to the Facebook page, the Twitter page, and comment, drop them a message, and they will contact you to tell you what is to be done. But then, so Map, what do you think about what do you think about Africans uplifting each other, and what is your dream, your African dream?
It's simple as Mr. Roland Komen always say, it's for us to work hands together for a better continent. Just as simple as that. We just have to take advantage of each and other, look at the different challenges that we have, because sometimes we are facing some challenges that have been overcome by another African country. So just work with that country, work with the country for you to come out with durable solutions. It's for us today to be the answer and not the question. So we just have to work hands together. That's my personal dream about Africa. We have the opportunity once more to showcase our community way of living. So it's for us now to really showcase, be the example. We are saying that we are really seeing what COVID is doing throughout the world. We cannot say thanks to God that we have not been touched, because each time that somebody goes, we don't know what the person was supposed to be for our world. So we are all touched if we can really work together to reduce the debt and really look for a durable solution for this challenge. I'm sure Africa and the world is going to be more.
Okay. Then, what are your top 5 role models in the world?
The first two in the world are my parents, because who am I today is due to them. Then comes my elder brother, who is here, who is in Germany, who has greatly encouraged me in what I've been doing. Then comes Michel-Ange Penka, who introduced me to GCI, and really an organization really empowered youth and empowered me. And last but not the least, to Mr. Roland Quemen, not just because I'm taking care of his foundation, but because of the person or what he has been doing and what he's still doing and what he has to do for Africa and the world.
No, thank you very much. Shout out to all those great people out there, to our parents, because your parents, my parents, our parents, we are because they built us up from giving birth to us. It's the greatest gift already to be on earth. You know, without our parents, we'll be on earth. Shout out to Parent Gwen. I know Parent, he's a dynamic and amazing person. Shout out to Mr. Roland Quemen, who is also the patron of the Returnees Project, Inc. Thank you very much, sir, for empowering so much, and all the testimonies around the globe concerning you are always just so positive. If you haven't had a chance yet to meet Mr. Roland Quemen, I bet you would like to meet him even once in a lifetime. It's a life-changing experience sitting with him, on exchanging with him. And of course, do not forget.
If you don't have the opportunity maybe of seeing him physically, you can get a copy of his book.
Okay, yeah, the impact of man. Yeah.
Yes.
So what
just
the impact of man?
Just from the small world, the ability of each person to make a positive change, you can already imagine what is inside the book.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of each person to make a positive change. So where can we have the book? I know from his last, when he was here, he said in Total Stations, he said on Amazon. Am I right? The impact of one.
Those are the places. Yes, in Total Station here in Cameroon and in Amazon worldwide. Okay. Very inspiring book.
And I've read the book. Indeed, it's very, very inspiring, and it really pushed us to be better people. And I think today the book is in English and French, and very soon it's be in Spanish. Am I correct, Michel?
Yeah. Yes, you are correct, and in Japanese too.
Okay, so we'll have the book in 4 languages: English, French, Spanish, and Japanese. You know, just ask on Amazon worldwide, and I bet you won't be deceived. It's a really, that's one of the Africans. We have many of them, but that's also one of the Africans that really contribute heavily to the African development. He was the first Black president of an all-white organization. You imagine what it means, an international organization, all-white, with more than 200 countries. Yeah, more than 200 countries. And he was the first Black president ever. It's a bit like the Barack Obama for US, but now he's the Roland Quemen for that organization. That's JCI, Jeune Chambre International. How do you call that in English?
Junior Chamber International.
Okay, Junior Chamber International. But Michel, what is your favorite movie, music, and quote?
For movies, I like historical movies. So what can I say about movies? Lord of the Rings. Those are the type of movies I usually watch. For music, 70s, 80s, 60s. Those are my musical periods.
What? Kotobas?
And for quotes, it's as simple as I just said. Once, the ability. There's one, the ability of each person to make a positive change. The other one, I read it in a book, Terre des Hommes of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who said, what somebody has done, you also can do it. So it only depends on your ability and capacity of coming out and giving out the best of you.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is one of my benefits.
Thank you very much about that. We have a lovely message from Mark and from the Oben, who says, Supin, as we already said, if you want to have more information on how you can contribute to PLF, just go to their Facebook or Twitter page and leave a message, and they will answer you immediately. We have Mark and Slim, a former CLA alumni, which says the PLF is actually doing a great job by empowering African youth towards professional sustainable growth. Congratulations for your impactful action. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have Guy Morpho. Hi Michelle. Hi Alice Michelle. Hello Guy. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you.
So, what's your special message to the world?
Today, COVID-19 is one of the biggest challenges we are facing our own generation. It's just bringing us back to the basics, which is taking care of each other using the new technology. So we have to really today, when doing whatever we are doing out there, to think of the consequences in the future. Always work together. And it's only by working together that we are going to come out with positive and sustainable actions. We should always keep in mind that an action is going to produce a reaction. So what are we going to do when the reaction is going to come over us? The way we are going to react to that action is going to be very detrimental for the future. So let us always keep a positive mindset, work together, and it's only by working together and by looking ourselves in the mirror and getting the best of us that we are going to come not only of this challenge, which is COVID-19, but bring the best of us to the best, bring the best out of us to better up our communities and the world as large.
Thank you so much, Michel. Thank you for honoring our invitation tonight. We are so happy to have been with you throughout. What we retain from you is that we should simply follow the African philosophy of Ubuntu. I am because we are. We should work together, hand in hand. Together we can construct the Cameroon and the Africa we want for ourselves and for our future. And of course, as you rightly said, that every action has a reaction. Those who love physics, that is Newton's force, Newton's third law of motion. To every action is a reaction force. So of course, love this page, like this page, and comment, share. If you're tuning in now, or you're going to watch the video later, you can still put your comment down. I will channel it to Michel-Ange, who is the director of PLF, and he will lovely and happily answer. But then, if you have any question, any problem, and their Twitter page, Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation, and have more information. But in the meantime, we invite you all also on the 18th of December in Douala, Jikam, for the fifth edition of the Returnees Project Inc. And you can see us on Facebook, the Returnees Project. You can see PLF on Facebook, Pan African Leadership Entrepreneurship Foundation. And we invite all the academicians to the fifth edition of the Returnees. All academicians, we have wonderful academicians with wonderful projects and products that are selling. Some are authors. So we have, during the fifth edition of the Returnees, we have a Made in Africa corner. So all the academicians, all the Africans, all our viewers, if you have products you would like to showcase, come to the Returnees. We have an Made in African corner where you can showcase all your products. If you're an author, you're an academician, that's a free invitation to you all. If you're an author, we have an author's corner where you can come and see all those books and expose your book. And of course, among those books, we'll have The Impact of One by one of the top role models of Michel-Ange Penka present here tonight, who have his book, The Impact of One, present that day. So if you can have it on Amazon, and you can come and meet us at the Returnees Fifth Edition, please just prepare and take your copy. You won't be deceived. You'll love it so, so much. It's a life testimony. I've read the book and it has so much. It's so enriching. For a man living from a slum, you know what a slum means, okay? For those in French, les bidonvilles, les banlieues, living from that area to becoming a world president, not just a simple world president, but a world president in a white men-led organization. It is so much. Understanding the way each of those persons go is so important. A few days back, we had Isha Sese, the former CNN anchor journalist, who also has a book, Beneath the Tamarind Tree. I encourage you all to find those two books and read them. They have so much message, so much message, so much information. Isha Sese, she's one of those few people, those few journalists that followed the Boko Haram crime beginning. It's not yet ended, but then she followed it up. And she has written a book about all that, which she describes how the Chibok girls, remember the 200 plus Chibok girls that were kidnapped. She described it. She described how she felt when the Chibok girls came back, but she was there, some of them, 21 Chibok girls, the first group that came back, how she felt. She described how her mother calls her a sister to the Chibok girls. It's a whole life story. It's more of a testimony and a biography than even a book. You guys should find those two books. First, The Impact of One by Roland Quemen. Second, Beneath the Tamarind Tree by Aisha Sese, and you won't be deceived. You can find them on Amazon. Just click on Amazon, Impact of One, Beneath the Tamarind Tree, and collect your copy of those books. There's so much. Together we can have the African we want. Together we can build this Africa so strong. Today we have China going up, but then let the next evolution. After COVID, it shouldn't be America, it shouldn't be Europe, it shouldn't be China, it should be Asia, it should be Africa. This book by a great man I love much, that is When We Were Kings. I think you know him. He's Michelle, I think you know him. He's one of the class trainers. When We Were Kings.
James Tweed.
Exactly, James Tweed. When We Were Kings. He describes Africa, from antique time, how Africa was before modern civilization, and it was a great continent. I bet we have all we need in Africa. We have both the resources, we have both the land, we have the intellect, we have the manpower, we have everything we need to make Africa great again. So let's work together right now so that after COVID, we create that Africa, that dream country, the dreamland. Of course, Michel, thank you so much again once more.
Thank you.
We have a surprise song for you. We have a song by Kotobas, Nouvelle Génération, New Generation Kotobas, and I hope you enjoy it alongside us, of course. Guys, Michelle loved the 70s and the 80s. So if you don't love the 70s and 80s, just go back to your YouTube and meet your parents. They'll tell you more about those. That was the real Makosa.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yesterday
yeah.
we had the same thing. She loves old Makosa because that's the real one. You know, the one that the whole world knew Cameroon about. That Makosa Makosa. No, do not hesitate. Follow the Pan African Leadership Entrepreneurship Foundation. Follow the returnees page. We would like to give a special thank you to the returnees team, the global team, everybody working behind the stage to make sure we are here every evening to bring you the best. Okay? To make sure we bring you just the very best. Those people who are there to inspire, to construct Africa, to make Africa one for tomorrow. Today you had Michelle. If you have any particular person you would like the person to speak up, you would like to hear from, go to our page, the returnees project Inc. and like leave a comment with the name of the person you would like to see next here with us on the live session. And of course, ask all your questions. If you're watching, coming to in now, do not hesitate to go back, watch this video all over again. Michel has so much material he came up today with. He came up with he told us about the PLF, what Pan-African Foundation and Inspiration Foundation is all about. He told us about the programs that PLF runs, that's Cameroon Academy, Corporate Social Responsibility Forum, Nyango Impact, and they are oriented towards 3 points. That first, youth empowerment and leadership. Second, female empowerment. You know, our ladies, we are our mamas. We are the mother. Yesterday was Mother Day for some countries, US and Germany, and we acknowledge those women. Women to be. We acknowledge to the Mother's Day fathers because we are mothers, or there's Mother Day because fathers exist. We can't be a mother alone. Let's be serious, right? And of course, there's Mother's Day because that's the child. So yesterday was shout out to all the mothers, all the fathers, all the children around the globe. Like this page. Thank you so much once more, Michelle, for being here tonight. We hope you
Thank
enjoy
you, Alice.
Kotoba's among the year. And don't forget,
Thank you. Take care of
thank you
yourself too. And thanks to all those who are watching us.
thank you to all those who are watching us. Michelle said it. And we Africa know we have the African philosophy Ubuntu. I am because you are. I am because you are. We should always remember that we alone can construct what we want for Africa. We alone can make our dream continent. That continent that people will be crossing the Mediterranean Sea to come into. You know, I'll be trying to block things around India and Morocco. I know, don't enter. But it won't be like that. It won't be like that. But let's make that continent that everybody's trying to come into, everybody's trying to learn something. In certain area back in history, it was where that continent, everybody came to, seek refuge, to seek wealth. And we still have all those that was there by then, and we have much more today. So let's stick together. We have organizations such as PLF, which are Pan-African organizations that train youth across Africa. You want to donate, you want to contribute in any form, do not hesitate to get to them. But in the meantime, we'll leave it at tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. The same place, same time, and peace.